In this video, we're going to investigate the role of business enterprise by looking at what the purpose of a business is and what the role of an entrepreneur is. Throughout, examples will be given from Gymshark and their CEO, Ben Francis. If you're studying business or starting a business, then it's important to know the role business plays and what business exists to do. Basically, what is the point of a business? There are many roles businesses play, but for the purpose of this video, we're going to concentrate on the three most fundamental, which are to produce goods or to provide a service, to meet the needs of the customer, and finally, to add value. What do each of these look like in more detail? Businesses exist to either produce goods or provide a service. The aim is to create a good or provide a service that the customer wants or needs. A successful business will provide a good or a service in the hopes of making a profit from doing so. As such, the purpose of business activity is to provide goods and services that customers want at a price that they are willing to pay. Goods are tangible items a business makes to sell to customers or other businesses. Examples of goods are wide-ranging, from iPhones and headphones to gymwear and machinery. Most physical things you can think of are goods that at one time were produced by a business and then sold. Services are intangible, meaning that a service does not physically exist. For example, having your hair cut is a service, but you're not purchasing a physical product. You're paying a business to use the skills that they have to cut your hair. Other services include internet access, insurance products, and cleaning. Gymshark's role is to provide goods to their customers in the form of gym clothing and athletic gear. The business makes a profit by meeting the needs of their customers, and because the business has done this effectively, people are willing to pay higher prices, and this in turn makes Gymshark a successful and profitable business. How does a business meet customer needs? Once you know the product or service you're going to offer to customers, the next role of business is to meet the needs of the customer. If the customer needs are not met with the business's product or service, then it will be unsuccessful, as customers have no reason to buy what you are selling. Successful businesses provide consumers with goods or services that meet their specific needs. This can be done through specific features of the product, the quality, the price, or added extras that come along with buying the product, such as same day or next day delivery, or a premium shopping experience, the one you'd expect when buying a high-end car. Meeting customer needs is a vital part of turning a business idea into a profitable business. Gymshark are customer centred, and it's one of the reasons for their success. In 2015, their website crashed during a Black Friday sale, and the CEO personally handwrote 2,500 apology letters to customers who were affected, along with discounts and money off. They have managed to meet customer needs by sticking to a very specific and well understood target market of 18 to 25 year olds with a love of fitness and fashion. They've never strayed away from this target market, which has meant they have a great understanding of the clothing they want, which is both fashionable and functional. They understand that their customers' needs are to look good whilst working out, and have been successful in meeting those needs. Most importantly, Gymshark have managed to make the brand culturally relevant, making customers feel fashionable in their brand through influencer marketing, and making this age group's most famous influencers Gymshark athletes. Gymshark athletes wear and promote the brand across a variety of social media platforms that are used by Gymshark customers. This again has helped them meet the needs of the customer, who will psychologically feel better wearing clothes that people they admire and follow also wear, making them feel good in the clothes they have purchased. At the heart of all this is high quality customer service. This has been Ben Francis's philosophy from the start, and it's helped him create a brand customers' trust and value. The final role of business is to add value. In my opinion, if this is done correctly, then this is what can result in huge monetary success. This process of adding value is taking a good or service and making it more appealing to the target customer. When a product is more appealing, then the customer is willing to pay more for the product. When a business does successfully add value, then it makes customers more willing to pay a premium price to acquire the products or use the service. The more value you can add, the more potential profits there are to be made. For example, a fish and chip shop adds value to potatoes by sourcing, cutting and frying the potatoes to make chips. They then charge the customer for the value they have added to a raw potato. Yes, a customer can replicate what the fish and chip shop has done to some degree, but the customer expects better quality than they can produce at home. They are also paying for the convenience of not having to make the product themselves and having chips that are ready to eat. The fish and chip shop is adding value and therefore making a profit from selling these items. A business can add value in a variety of ways, from convenience to branding, quality, design and a USP. I believe Gymshark add value through doing all of these things. Convenience. This one is as simple as selling their products online directly from their website. There is no confusion and it is convenient and simple. The customer can purchase online and sit at home and wait for their delivery. They can even get next day delivery, which again takes the waiting time out of their purchase, making it even more convenient. Gymshark also offer a 90 days return policy and have drop-off points to make returns as simple and convenient as possible for the customer. Branding. Branding is a key contributor to Gymshark's success and is undoubtedly where they add a massive amount of value to their products. Branding encourages customers to pay more for a product that can be very similar in quality to competitors, but is now worth more because of what the logo is associated with. Gymshark have built a network of influencers, Gymshark athletes, that make the brand desirable to the target market. They have added value to the brand by associating it with successful fitness professionals and people that customers admire and trust, which in turn makes customers trust the brand and makes them willing to pay more for the items Gymshark produces. Quality. This is another way a business can add value. Just look at Marks and Spencer's compared to Aldi. Each of them sell food, but one adds value and charges more for the promise of better quality. If the customer believes this to be true, then they will pay higher prices for the added value of quality. Gymshark produces clothing that is good quality but at higher prices than brands such as Primark and Boohoo. Because they charge more than competitors, they need to deliver on quality, as this is an expectation from the customer when paying higher prices. Design. The features that a product has or the way that it is presented can add value. Gymshark add value this way by having different collections that all have products within them that have different features to the other collections. For example, their Adapt collection is designed to be flexible, comfortable, with a lighter weight feel, whereas their Energy collection is designed for high intensity workouts and comes with features such as sweat wicking materials, seamless materials and breathable fabrics. Despite these design differences, they're just gym clothes at a basic level, but Gymshark have been able to add value by differentiating them through the design and features that their clothes have. This leads to unique selling point. A unique selling point is something that makes a good or service stand out from the competition. These features of the Adapt collection for women and the 315 seamless range for men are marketed to give Gymshark clothing a USP and designed to differentiate them from the run-of-the-mill gym clothing brand. They have added value by saying yes, other brands produce gym wear, but ours is different. If you want these collections, designs, materials and fashionable products, then you can only get them from us. You can only get these products from Gymshark. Gymshark have managed to add value in many ways, and this is why the business is now valued at over $1 billion. Why be an entrepreneur, and what role do entrepreneurs play? An entrepreneur organises resources, makes business decisions, and takes risks. Taking risks in the hopes of making financial gain can be a key reason for someone wanting to be an entrepreneur. Often working for somebody is seen as a safe bet, whereas entrepreneurship is seen as a way to become financially free. Entrepreneurs are investing their time and money and putting that money at risk in the hopes of making more money and having more freedom than they would in employment. Oftentimes an entrepreneur needs to take a risk to get started, whether that's leaving their current job to pursue a business idea, dropping out of university, as many successful entrepreneurs have done in the past, or putting personal savings at risk to purchase items for the startup. Each of these carry a degree of risk. Ben Francis started Gymshark with his own savings and later dropped out of university to pursue entrepreneurship. He took a risk in the hopes of becoming a successful entrepreneur. Another role of an entrepreneur is to organise resources. They bring together things such as land, labour and capital in order to create something of their own. They use the resources they have access to create a new company. Initially, Gymshark owner Ben Francis manufactured his gym clothing in his parents' garage on a made-to-sell basis using a sewing machine and a screen printer he purchased with his own savings. He brought together the resources he had in terms of machinery, equipment, his labour and an investment from his savings to create Gymshark. Now Gymshark employs hundreds of people, and this labour is used to produce goods on a much larger scale than Ben initially did in his parents' garage. Finally, entrepreneurs need to make business decisions, hopefully good decisions. These decisions will help the business grow. When Ben started, he decided what to produce, how much to produce, whether to sell direct to consumer, whether to invest in a larger headquarters, and initially whether to drop out of university to put more time and effort into his business. These decisions are part of being an entrepreneur. Not all decisions will be correct, but unlike employment, the decisions are down to the entrepreneur, and the more good decisions made, ultimately will result in greater business success. Gymshark is now a global brand, and this willingness to take a risk, organise resources, and make good business decisions has resulted in Gymshark becoming a major brand, employing hundreds of staff, having headquarters in the UK and USA, and being valued at over $1 billion. The risk of pursuing entrepreneurship certainly seems to have paid off for Ben Francis and Gymshark. Thanks for watching the video, we really appreciate you watching to the end, and if you found this video useful, don't forget to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe for more weekly business videos. Thanks everyone.